I'm gonna say this to you and myself. You don't need a new outfit every time you go out.
Who said that?
I'm not the girly buying the Wild Angel hair and all that kind of stuff. You don't need it. Remember, the goal is to look clean, look put together, look like the woman of your dreams, not to look rich. Okay? So last week we spoke about the 11 ways to glow up physically in 2025. So think of this video as a follow-up, a part 2 from that video. Now let's be real. Not everybody has the time, the energy, and the money to do most, if not all, things they want to do right now. So today, in this video, we're going to be talking about how to glow up physically on a budget. I'm talking to the broke girlies. Actually, the realistic girlies. The still trying to pay my bills but be that girl girlies. Because yes, you deserve to look and feel your best, even if your budget is a little bit tight. So let's break it down.
Feel like a bird. You keeping me happy, you give me deep. Ask me who my search.
Gotta say word, keep getting me what I'm looking for. I just gotta tell everybody, I don't wanna keep it on the low. Goddamn, I love her. I love her. Goddamn, I love her.
Hey guys, what is poppin'? It's your girl Twanaldn, AKT, whatever you want to be in the day, and I am back with another video. If you're new here, I am your glow up bestie, and on this channel we talk about everything growing and glowing. So if that is your vibe, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. I love you to know me back, as you already know. So let's talk about glowing up on a motherfucking budget. So before we talk money, products, hair, everything you can think of, we need to talk mindset. And if you've checked out any of my videos before, you shouldn't be surprised. Mindset is everything when it comes to glowing up. So the first shift is understanding. You can't afford to do everything at once, and that's okay. Your glow up isn't this 1 week challenge where if you don't do it in the next 7 days, then you're gonna die. Let's slow the fuck down. It's a season, and everybody's season can vary from a couple of weeks to a couple of months to even a couple of years. It's all dependent on you and your situation. So you have two options on how to navigate your budget, on how to glow up physically. Depending on where you're at in your life will depend on which option you go for. However, if you feel like you can achieve both, then do so. However, this is completely up to you. These are just proposals that you may want to consider financially. And start with option 1. Focus on 1 to 2 core areas at a time. This is more beginner friendly. If this is like your first physical glow up, but you are on a budget, this option I believe will be better suited for you, in my opinion. So if it's your skin that needs the attention first, your wardrobe, your makeup, whatever, focus on 1 or 2 of them at a time and don't try to cover it all. It will be too much mentally and it'll be too much financially. And just because you're broke, it doesn't mean you be careless with your money. We want to be intentional with our glow. We want to be intentional with our finances. We don't want to just go splashing cash and buying all the things that we think we need in order to achieve our physical glow up. Option 2, priority purchasing. And this is for more experienced people who's probably gone through a glow up before. However, you want to make some small changes or tweak some certain things, I feel like this is a better suit option for you. However, if you like the idea of option 1, please feel free to go with that. However, if you've kind of gone through a glow up before, you basically kind of already know yourself, your new self. You kind of have a foundation. You know what works and doesn't work for you physically. And therefore, you wouldn't have to spend so much time and energy and money pouring into an area as a whole when you know 90% of it works, if that makes sense. With this option, you kind of already know what it is you need to buy continuously and just tweaking it as it goes. For example, I know what products work for my skin at the moment. So depending on what I need and depending on how much money I have to spare will depend on which one I buy, if that makes sense. So I'm prioritizing the more important product than the ones that I don't really need. So for example, SPF, I need SPF. So as soon as my SPF is finished, that is something I will purchase ASAP. However, maybe a not so commonly used one like glycolic acid, I might not be such a rush to purchase. I might want to purchase something else, maybe in another category that is more important to myself. So that's kind of what I mean by priority purchasing. Another great example is makeup. Who doesn't want to try new makeup? There's so much new makeup dropping every single month. And there's so much trends from Huda Beauty to e.l.f. to Charlotte Tilbury. And let's not get twisted. Us girlies who do like makeup, we do like buying new makeup. However, with priority purchasing, you probably have a makeup routine that already works for you. The products, they don't make you break out, they work for your skin texture. You like how your makeup looks. However, you might just want a new blush or a new lip gloss or a new lip liner, or you want to try a new brow product. But where the priority purchase comes in with this glow up, you are not going to prioritize something new that you doesn't even know is going to benefit your glow up over something that you know that works. So for example, if I need a new foundation and I know my go-to foundation has just finished, but I do want to get this new lip gloss from Huda Beauty that just dropped, I would prioritize buying my foundation that I know already works to keep my existing glow up going. And if I do have some money to spare, I will buy the Huda Beauty lip glosses or lip liners. Do you see where I'm going with the priority purchase? This is why I say it's more of an experienced way of budgeting on your glow up, because you know what works, so you stick with that first and then you slowly start to branch out to new things if that is what you want to do. So it's prioritizing what's important to you and purchasing based on that. Please look into both, consider both, and kind of see what kind of person you are and really decide which option is best for you. Or if you have a completely different option, please leave in the comments down below. Even if all you can afford is a new razor, a new hand lotion, a new body scrub, a new lip gloss, it doesn't matter how small. If you wear it with confidence and you keep showing up, that alone is a glow up. It's always the small things. Remember that. But now, let's dive into the main categories and how you can budget for each category every single month or every single year, or however you want to budget. So let's talk skincare. A glow up is not about a 12-step routine. It's about consistency. Stick with or create a simple, affordable product routine. You don't need to go buy every single product that drops or every single product that the influencers are recommending. You need to figure out what works for your skin if you haven't already, and stick with that. There are so much good affordable products out there like CeraVe, Simple, just to name a few, that could contribute to you helping you to glow up your skin. You can also do things like DIY masks, but I would say only buy them or you make them if that is what helps your skin. I don't do those things, but I do see they have become a lot more popular. So please just kind of consider if that is what your skin actually needs, and if it's not, then cut it out the budget. Don't get caught in these TikTok traps. And drink water. Water is so important for your skin because your skin needs hydration. I was bad at this and my skin suffered because of it. Hydration is going to be the cheapest glow up trick that you're going to use to this day. So drink your water. A quick tip for anybody who is probably starting to maybe build their skincare routine, and that is to buy your products in sections. Essentially what you're going to do is write down all the products that you think you need for your new routine that's going to benefit your skin, and buy them based on priority. So if your skin is suffering from hydration, buy your hyaluronic acid first. If your skin is suffering from hyperpigmentation and that's what's bothering you, buy the necessary toners, buy the necessary niacinamides that will benefit your skin. You are gonna have to prioritize. I don't know your skin type, you do. Figure out what it is that your skin needs and buy those first. Use those products in the meantime until you get more money to buy the rest. I did this exact strategy with my current skincare, and I bought based on priority. Because I was dealing with my texture first, I bought the products for my textured skin first and worried about my hyperpigmentation later. So that was me prioritizing purchasing because my skin was suffering severely from dryness and texture. So I poured my money into that first. Okay? This doesn't mean buying all those expensive oils, expensive body scrubs every single week. The first thing I'm going to need you to do is invest in a good exfoliating glove or dry brush if that's something that you do. It will last you ages, especially if you buy them in multi-packs. Secondly, buy a good oil or a good body lotion for after showers that can lock in that moisture in your body. Once you have one that works for your skin, buy it maybe in bulk and have it there stacked. And when I say bulk, I don't mean 20. I mean maybe like 2 or 3, just to keep stocked up in your house. If you can't do that, then just find one that works for you and stick with it. You don't need 110 body scrubs. You don't need 110 oils for your skin. Because remember, we're on a budget here. If you've got the money to do that, then obviously buy as many as you want. But we're on a budget, so buy what you need. Also think about an affordable gym. I know there's a lot of gyms out there that offer the extra stuff that you think you need at this time. However, again, with our small budget, we're gonna need to prioritize a more affordable gym that fits within or below our means. And if you don't have the budget at all for any kind of gym, home workouts, daily walks, and stretching in your home is still gonna contribute to your body's glow up. Smelling good doesn't need to cost you £80. Working out doesn't need to cost you £300. Find affordable fragrances, body scrubs, body lotions, gyms, anything that's gonna contribute to your body on a budget. I'm not saying cheap out, but do it within your means. You don't need to break the bank, I'm telling you. As you would have known from my last video, if your hair looks neat, it can elevate your entire appearance, even without makeup. What I'm gonna need you to do is focus on low maintenance hairstyles that last. This could be braids or having your hair out and maybe slicked into a bun, and wigs, especially if you can reinstall those yourself. A quick personal story, I actually forced myself to learn how to install wigs so that I wouldn't have to keep paying somebody else to put them on my head to last for 2 weeks. That was a major cut in savings for me, because instead of me having to buy both the hair or the wig to then go to someone else to pay to install it on my head every single time, I would just have to buy the hair and that was it. Bob's your uncle. I stick it on myself. The beauty in that is that you get to save that money that you was spending on paying someone else and invest it more into maybe more expensive hair or more wigs or whatever, instead of having to struggle to get through the month. That was one of the best savings for me. And especially after a lot of the bad PR that they get, especially in London, I don't want to give anybody else a pretty penny. Sorry, not sorry. Outside of wigs, also learning basic DIY hair care for your hair and your texture. Stuff like deep conditioning, oiling your scalp, protective styles that you can all do at home. You don't need to go and get a treatment every single month unless your hair needs it, or if you have the budget for it, then absolutely. However, if you don't, maybe consider getting a treatment maybe every 2 to 3 months for your hair, and then having a homemade treatment to save that additional cost. If you guys do want to know, like the wigs I buy, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the girly buying the Wild Angel hair and all that kind of stuff. You don't need it, especially if you're on a budget, especially if you're trying to save and all of these things. There are very affordable wigs that generally do last, if you know how to take care of them, of course, and if you look after them like you would your real hair, they will last and they will still look good. This wig that you see on my head right here right now was £75. I bought this wig in February. As you can see, we're in July. I generally take care of my wigs. I have multiple wigs as well that I can switch through, but I do take care of my wigs. I treat them, I condition them, I wash them, I reuse them, etc. So think about it, if you can flip through your multiple wigs, it will reduce the pressure and the damage that you're putting onto your wigs overall, if that makes sense. And that's kind of what I wanted, because how I see it, you can spend the £500 on a wig because you don't even have to look after it. That £500 wig is not going to last you any longer than the £75 wig would last. So why are you buying a £500 wig? Do you see where I'm going? Lastly, use what you already have. I tend to buy my things in like large quantities so they last longer. I think paying that extra penny at that time would make more sense. However, depending on how frequently you wash your hair will depend on how these products will last. Obviously, the more you're using the products, the more they're going to finish quicker, if that makes sense. However, use what you have. If you've got the shampoo there, don't be going to buy another shampoo that you saw trending on TikTok because the girls on TikTok said it done wonders for the hair. Use what you have. And if you feel like that shampoo isn't working and you do want to change it, then yeah, change it. But if it's not broken, why are we trying to fix it? Because TikTok says so. I think the fuck not. We're on a budget. Okay? If you do want me to do a full breakdown of like my costs in like my skincare products, my makeup, my hair stuff, please let me know and I'll give you guys specific products that I use and the costs that I spend monthly, if I do spend it monthly, and how I go about like budgeting that for a month. So if you want a full breakdown of how, one, I budget every single month, and two, what I actually buy and how much I spend, let me know in the comments and I can get that video done for you. This is where mindset is going to matter the most. This is where you're going to need that discipline, and depending on which option you went for, this is the area that you're really going to need to apply that to ensure you're not going over budget and you're not overspending during your physical glow up. I'm going to say this to you and myself, you don't need a new outfit every time you go out.
Who said that?
Do I need to say it again? You do not need a new outfit every single time you go out. You don't need a new wardrobe. You just need a bit more clarity, I would say. The best way to kind of level up in terms of your appearance, I would say start decluttering. Whether you sell or you recycle or you give it away to charity, take out the stuff that you're not using, that is hogging up space, hogging up energy in your room, get rid of it. Because it will help you to understand what it is that you're not wearing that's taking up space. But also you might forget that you have certain items. Don't act like you haven't cleaned your room or you've gone into a drawer and you're like, oh shit, I forgot about this. I did it the other day. I found this corset, lovely corset by the way. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm gonna wear you. But it was so buried in my drawer, I completely forgot about it. And that's the whole point of decluttering. It's removing the stuff that you no longer are gonna wear and to remind yourself what you do have that you can rewear. Come on. Second, if you are looking to upgrade your wardrobe like I am, go to Pinterest for inspiration. Go to Pinterest, get some inspiration, and you might be surprised how your current wardrobe can work for your new style that you're trying to endorse without you even knowing it. I'm gonna put a screenshot up of my kind of new vibe that I'm going for. I don't know what it is. I'm with this like baggy jeans. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm getting older. Like, girl, I'm 28. Like, I'm getting older, and I'm like, let me dress my age. And I'm kind of getting over the whole tight clothes stuff. I kind of want to, you know, work what's best for my figures. As I previously said in my last video, I have a inverted or upside down triangle kind of figure where my shoulders are a little bit wider than my hips. So I want to buy stuff that kind of complement that moving forward and get rid of the stuff that are making me look funny. Like, have you ever wondered like why an outfit will work on you or your friend better than it works on the other person? It's your body structures, and it's about finding what works for you. The next bit, accessories. Accessories is the cheat code. Hoops, sunglasses, earrings, whatever. These can be reworn so many times. You don't need 110 earrings, you don't need 110 bangles, you don't need 110 sunglasses. What you can do is maybe make a ideal collection, maybe on Canva or whatever, of the go-to glasses, the go-to kind of earrings you have. Maybe like a multi-pack or something, and use that. And when you want to like upgrade that, you can as you need to. So for like me, I like to buy multi-pack earrings, or maybe they have like the large, medium, small. And I do tend to buy higher quality ones just so that they last longer, because what I've noticed with the cheaper ones, they don't last as long and they kind of like rust very, very quickly and all that kind of stuff. So definitely look at, if it is in your budget, better quality so they last longer. But definitely reuse your accessories. You don't need a new pair of sunglasses. You don't need 5 yellow glasses or like yellow lens glasses, whatever. Please buy what's important. Upgrading your wardrobe is always going to be expensive, especially if you like expensive clothing. I feel like maybe if your wardrobe is that important to you and this is an area that you are going to hone in, then over the next couple months, I don't know, maybe 3 months or whatever, you pour your money into that wardrobe by buying the bits and bobs that you need. You do not need to go spend £500 in one go if it's not making sense. Just because people on TikTok say that's what they did doesn't mean you need to go follow. Look at your wallet, look at your budget, and follow that. If you can only afford 2 new bodysuits, 1 pair of jeans and a top, that's all that you can afford. People who have many things probably built these things over time. Don't look at someone's chapter 26 when you're on chapter 1. If you are starting your new wardrobe, you're starting your new wardrobe. That is where you are at. Look at what you have and what you don't have. Look at what you want to add to that and prioritize. It's not easy. I know there's so much nice things and the seasons changing. One minute we're in spring and then we're in summer and then winter's coming and you want everything. I know how it feels. However, that's where discipline is going to need to step in, and you're going to need to prioritize what is the most important for you to continue to build on that. The beauty about jeans, for example, you can buy some good quality jeans that can be worn in both the winter and the summer. So stuff like that will go both seasons. But again, I don't know your style. I don't know what you need. Only you do. But you are going to have to choose what is a priority, what is necessary, and buy accordingly. There's no right or wrong answer in this. It's your life, it's your money. However, we want to do it within budget. Okay? Remember, the goal is to look clean, look put together, look like the woman of your dreams, not to look rich. Okay? So you have the glowy skin. You have the makeup collection of your dreams. You love your hair. You've got the cute fits. Like your wardrobe is where you want it to be. But what about your energy? Is your energy off? Because it shows without you even realizing it. Energy is a tricky one because it depends on what is causing it. But there are expensive ways and affordable ways on how to go about it. If you have noticed in these particular areas that I'm going to mention, you are struggling in. And that's the first one, which was mentioned in my previous video, which I said is the most important one on that list, is sleep. What's your sleep pattern like right now? How are you sleeping? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you so tired when you wake up in the morning? Sleep is literally a free glow up. Rested skin, rested body, rested mind. Invest into your sleep. Develop a sleep/night routine that's going to benefit you. Figure out how much sleep you need to get in order for you to be 10-10. Mine is 8 hours. Fuck the average. What they say the average is. Yours could be less or it could be more. And I've seen studies and I've seen people speak on polls and say that women actually need more. So if you need 9 hours, you need 9 hours. Don't let people tell you that's not what you need. Are they you? No. So figure out how you can improve your sleep. Again, I mentioned magnesium. Magnesium glycinate is very affordable. You can get it in tablet form, small sizes, a bit bigger ones from many places. Amazon, Holland & Barrett, TikTok shop. There's so many places where you can purchase stuff like this. So research if you are struggling in that area and buy what is necessary. The next kind of thing is journaling. Journaling is free as well. Unless you're actually gonna buy a physical book, you might spend a couple pounds on it. Fair enough. £2, £3. You don't need these expensive journals out there that are like £20. Buy a simple journal from the arts and crafts shop or supermarket or whatever and make that book your journal. Or I have a free digital journal that you can try out, which is on a platform called Notion that is free for you to use, and I will link that in the description box. But journaling, praying, meditating, just jotting your thoughts down in any place, whether that's digital or physical, is a free glow up as well. It helps you to grow up mentally. And as I've always said, the glow up starts inside first and it pours externally. So whilst you can glow up in all those other areas externally, if you inside your wellness is not looking good, you can forget about the other stuff. Honestly. Next, eating real food. What are you eating day to day? Are you eating enough food? Are you getting enough protein? Are you getting enough carbs? Are you getting enough good fats? Like, really look at what you're putting into your body and slowly start upgrading that. I know healthy, whole foods are not cheap, but this is your health. And health is wealth at the end of the day. I feel like do not skip out on buying more healthier foods. Maybe just alternate where you shop. I know Tesco and Asda have come up in price a lot recently. Maybe look at Lidl, maybe look at Aldi. I've even heard that M&S is not that expensive as it used to be. However, I don't shop this, so I can't comment on that. But I do shop in Lidl and I cook a lot of foods at home. I buy a lot of meats to cook at home, rice, avocados. I put a lot of vegetables into my stuff. I drink enough water. All of these things are more healthier options that are gonna contribute to you having that internal glow up and giving your gut the right nutrients and giving your body the right nutrients that it needs.
We interrupt this program because I actually forgot to mention how I actually budget healthy eating, and that is through my Notion inventory system that I created that tracks everything that I already have in my home. When I mean everything, I mean everything. And I only buy what is running low or out of stock. This helps to prevent me from overspending or double buying things that I don't actually need. So I hope this helps, and let's return back to the video.
You know what they say about your gut? Your gut is like the source of everything. So if you are having bad sleep, it could be starting from your gut. If you have got breakouts in your skin and you're buying all these products to rectify it, it could be starting from your gut. There are colon cleansers out there. You can go to people like those colonoscopy people, but those are quite expensive, especially if you're on a budget. But there are like things like natural herbs you can buy to help cleanse your colon, to help do like a gut cleanse and all of those things, and then maybe start investing into the foods that you buy. But there are very, very affordable options on how to get more healthier and better gut health. Cut out the budget meals, cut out the takeaway, cut out all that kind of stuff, and you will see a drastic difference. I'm not saying you can't have a cheeky, Chinese or Indian or burger, whatever. You can do that, because I don't know about everybody else, but in my household, and we're Caribbean, my mom never cooked on Fridays, and that's just been instilled in me now. I don't cook on Fridays. That's takeaway. It's a day where I can, take my time away from the kitchen and get something that I am feeling for. However, it's not every Friday, if I'm being honest. There are some Fridays where I will rather cook than go and get takeout. That's just how I am, and it also saves me money. So yeah, it's totally up to you. But I think upgrading your gut could solve a lot of the problems that you are facing in like your physical appearance. The last thing I'm going to want you to think about, especially for your wellness, is summarizing burnout. Burnout is not healthy. It's really not. Being that girl should be nourishing, should be fulfilling, not draining. So if you're burning out consistently, that's not good. That is not a good look, and you need to manage that. Whether that is you working too hard in your job, get a hobby, affordable hobby. I'm currently looking for one right now. Whatever you do, learn to switch off. Because again, that could be contributing to your lack of sleep. It could be contributing to your low energies. And if we are gonna be that girl, we need to be feeling 10-10. Like I said, it starts from the inside and pours out. So we need to change that. Okay, good. I wanna make something very, very clear. Glowing up on a budget isn't about lack. It isn't about the things that you don't have. It's about being resourceful and using what you do have to help you glow up physically. It's about discipline over aesthetics, consistency over convenience, and being intentional even when your wallet is tight. This isn't no cheap girl glow up, because we're gonna spend our pretty pennies regardless. This is the smart girl glow up. So if you're trying to glow up and you are on a budget, but you know you're gonna get through this glow up financially, I see you, I acknowledge you, and I respect you, because you own the fact that you can't do it all at once, and you don't fucking care that it's going to take you a little bit longer in comparison to the things you see on Instagram or TikTok. But I promise you this, as someone who's done the physical glow up and taken the priority purchasing route, you don't need that £500 to walk out your house and feel like the main character. Sometimes all you need is your hair done, a clean outfit that you look good in, you feel good in, and fucking confidence in your step. So if you have found this helpful in any way, definitely leave a like, definitely leave a comment. Please guys, comment and let me know, because it really does help my channel and helps me to know what kind of content you want to see next. And let me know, which part of your glow up are you on? Are you focusing more on your mental side? Are you trying to glow up physically? Do you have the budget? Are you going to focus on your skin? Are you going to focus on your hair, your wardrobe? Let me know and we can have a lovely conversation in the comments. Trust me, I reply to all my comments, so I will definitely catch you down there. If you haven't already, definitely consider following me on my other platforms, as I post on there every single day, whereas on YouTube I only post on there once a week. And they will also be linked in the description box as well. But if not, which is completely fine, I will most definitely catch you in my next one. Love you. Bye.